Go Fast Solutions is proud to announce the 2022 Mobile Expo 4-Shot Parlay. 3 lucky dealers will randomly be drawn for a chance to win huge. We would like to
Good evening, everyone.
Microphone's on?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it's on. We got, I could, dude. I can
Hey,
see
that's the reason why you have that.
Yeah, I can see it right there. However, the camera seems a little.
What's going on, guys?
Back that out a little bit. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday? Hope everyone had an amazing week. It's hard to believe it. Oh man, I don't know. This is one of those weird things where we had to come back and work 3 days, but honestly, it just seemed like a normal week. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's almost like Master Tech Expo didn't happen. I mean, I'm tired.
Because that's the reason why. Yeah.
It just seems like it was so far away, and even though it was like Wednesday, it was like wow. Sorry to hear that, Bill. Sorry to hear that. I mean, it sucked, but thank you. Well, hey, you know what? There's always next week.
It's always
no guarantees in life, but I mean, forever, there'll always be a next week, and unless they decide to nuke the place, but
yeah, that's right.
Whatever works. 25 to live. Breaking news.
What's up?
Lots of snow in 25 in Vermont.
Ooh, really?
That's terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible.
It is cold here. We do have like a cold, and it was cold in Vegas. That is for sure. Now we are going to do a little Master Tech Expo recap.
Yeah,
Fernando wants to do that, so we'll kind of do that and talk about that. But I would like to say it was amazing how many just regular guys spent the money to come out and hang out and learn some stuff because it was totally DIY friendly. If you had the money to go, you could go. And there was a bunch of guys that stopped by and said, "Hey man, I just want to let you know I just paid to come out to the show and I get my learn on and say hi to you guys." And it was really kind of cool.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really nice. Meet a lot of people from Ohio, from
I don't know,
South Africa.
I need to work on that one. Do you guys want that? It's because 25S is their art. Ooh, we got Arturo. Yes, any guests coming on 5-star? I mean, we haven't had any in a while, and I'm up for it.
Not I guess because we are so busy right now.
It's bitching, right? No, but no, I'm all for getting some guests on.
I agree.
I mean, the natural would be is there anybody you guys want to see? Because I know I talked to Nick Wingate, and they want to get him on the show again to talk about some fun stuff.
Yeah.
So we're eventually gonna have him on sometime this year. Let's we got a whole rest of we got 3 more quarters. So
prepare your ears.
I want to do that. All right, you got the video ready?
Yes.
Why don't you get that going?
I got it.
And then all right, so we're gonna play this. So let's start off the show with this guy right here. And welcome back. Fernando just pointed this one out. Just bought a Glowforge Pro because of this channel. Do I have a Pro? What do I have?
We have the Plus.
We have the Plus. I don't even have a Pro. Man, way to go. All right. Awesome.
Hey, man. Good for you.
I mean,
good for you.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to definitely change things up. You're going to find a lot of fun stuff you can do. And a lot of friends are going to come out of the woodwork, too, which you just promptly have to kick to the curb. Any word on the Epicenter minis? What do you want to know? They're available. They've been available for about a month. So
yes.
If you're interested in getting one, you can go to your local dealer as well as you can buy them directly through Audio Control. Yeah. So Brennan has a page up right here.
So right here where it says Epicenters and Processors, you click in there and then you create Epicenter Micro.
And it's out. It's available for you.
Right there.
So you can just pop in, pick one up.
Yeah.
And as always, let's go.
Yeah. So they're available now. So you can call them or you can go to the local retail store. Yeah.
So As always, we'd like to thank Audio Control. You know what? Here, since we're talking about Audio Control, we're jumping ahead. Give me the phone thing. Since we're talking about Audio Control,
press some buttons.
You don't want to press fade to black. All right, I want to show you guys something. This is a picture I took while we were at Master Tech Expo, which I'm sure they don't want me to show, but kind of falls in that category of I don't care. Because I do care, but I really want you guys to see this stuff. So hang on, let me pull up camera 8 here, and I will turn this little guy on and put us in the bottom corner here. I want you guys to check these out. So these are some of the amps they had on display that are coming out. This is the ACX line. So this is the new ACX 600.1. So this is going to be a waterproof 600.1 amplifier. Then we're going to have a waterproof 606. And, of course, the 5-channel that we showed you after Knowledge Fest, the 650.5. So these are the new – there's going to be 3 600-watt amps, kind of like there's 3 300-watt amps. So they're basically doubling the power and conformal coating them and then, making them super waterproof, as you can see from, like, those connections right there. Now, these are strictly prototypes. So these are like one of one. I think they're one of 2 that exist right now. And they had them sitting on the bench. As soon as the prototypes are okay, we're going to get our hands on them. I'll be super excited to do that because I just want to try them out, throw them in Fernando's car, and beat the hell out of them.
Oh, wow. That's what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right.
Looks like everything. No, you're not getting that discount. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that.
Sweet.
Because that was pretty cool.
That was sweet.
That was sweet. That was really. If you caught the live stream we did, then you got to see.
What did you see?
See that one of the things that everyone was asking about was the back of the Kenwood radio, the new 9 series, and so we got to see the back. I had them pull the display apart so we could see what it looked like.
Yeah, that was really nice.
What does that say? What about having the Audio Frog inventor come on and explain his tuning method on DSP? That'd be Andy, and it's not a terrible idea, but I'm going to tell you right now, he's kind of overdoing that. Meaning not like overdoing it, but he's kind of over, like I don't want to do it anymore, doing it. He's kind of beat that hammer and banged that drum for a while.
Yeah,
and so he's ready to move on to different topics. So I would hate to ask him to do that just because he's done it enough. And at some point, I'm sure we'll get him on for something, but that one, I really don't want to beat him up over that. I don't want to have him on for that because that's like there's so many better things we could have him on for than just that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
No, that was nice.
Any Boy in Life releases soon? I do have. I actually have a bunch of them in the can that are ready to be edited. It's just a matter of getting back into the normal week, which hopefully will start next week. We'll get back to the everyday, the week by week. I'm honestly looking forward to a standard editing week. I'm like between Vegas and this, it's just been a lot of work, and I just want to get back to a normal editing schedule and a normal release schedule because I kind of live my life according to that, and it's kind of. Well, it kind of throws things off when it's not like that. So are you going to plug your phone in?
I'm going to. I'm just
I don't know what you're doing. I'm just waiting for you to plug your phone in. But anyways, I was saying we'd like to thank Audio Control, of course, for being a proud sponsor of the show. Definitely our longest sponsor and a platinum member. It's already starting to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we, of course, Fernando's put together a compilation of things from the show that he wants to share with you guys. And then we'll take a look at some. Because I was out of town. It'll be shipping out on Monday. I'm going to take care of all the IRTAs that are in the queue waiting to go out, and they're going to ship out on Monday. So if you're waiting to get an IRTA or you want to get an IRTA too, order today. We'll ship them out on Monday for you. We try to ship them out every Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, we're out of town, and then because I have to anyways. Let's go over and take a look at Fernando's phone, and we'll.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Just remove that one.
All right, hold on. Let me get rid of the audio control.
There you go.
And let me turn this on. We'll just stay in the corner.
All right.
And hit it. So this was the booth that Kenwood set up for us. This is where I spent Monday and Tuesday, and Fernando did not. He went off and filmed fun things. These were the displays we made for the training that we were doing. So we had kind of a training that we did on Monday night, and then we had these sitting on the table to kind of go over it. That is the new Motorsport 300 watt amp that you guys aren't supposed to see. So pretend like you didn't see that. And what we did is we came up with 2 platforms on how to do a passive system and how to do an active system and what we call a front stage upgrade. There I am, of course, talking with Seth. We ran the Amp Dyno video that you guys got to see in the background, which is why we made that Amp Dyno video. It wasn't made really for anyone to ever watch, but because I made it and we edited it and you guys haven't had a good video in a while, we put it up for you guys to see. Kenwood employee. And then they also had their dual camera HDR, the whole recording system, DVR, for everyone to take a look at. Bridge amp into, hold on, what do we got here? What does it say? Bridge amp into components to go full active, old finding 5-channel. Yeah, so the cool thing about that 401.4 is that it is actually has a 10-pine multiplier switch for the tweeter. So as you're setting the tweeter, it's actually setting the top of the mid-range. So you set it to 3200, and then the mid-range automatically does that for you. So it makes it really convenient.
So this is the back of the display
that no one ever saw.
Well, but that was 2 chairs, high-res speakers, high-res amplifier, high-res radio.
It was a great idea.
That was a great idea.
But no one ever got to listen to it. It was so
and it was
noisy.
so loud. It was so loud. That was the reason for it. You know.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But next time, bro.
Yeah. And then in the other side,
I think we should have set it up in the hallway still, because that would have been nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, this was that. But back to, so we used an 802.5 through the XR speakers, because the XR speakers are biampable. So we used the passive crossovers with the 802.5, and then we went active with the same speakers on the 401.4. So it's very similar systems, but different outcomes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this is the new 9 series that's going to be coming out in the very near future. And it's a short chassis, USB-C, HDMI, micro, all countersunk in the back of the radio with a metal locking plate that holds it in. Hey, good stop point.
All right.
So let's switch to the pictures.
No.
You ready?
Just keep going.
Well, we already watched that.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to go back? Okay.
Yep. We're going back. So, and now.
This was a picture that the 12-volt news guys put up. And as you can see, there's the booth again. There's Fernando shaking hands and kissing babies. And I'm explaining to my friends from Canada about how this all works.
Yeah.
This was Sunday night. They had a get together outside where they had food for everyone to eat, hung out by the pool. They had a band playing that was okay.
Yeah, that was nice. You meet a lot of people.
These guys, dude, the guy on the left there, the darker of the two, the taller, he came in from South Africa.
Yes.
There was 2 guys from South Africa, him and his Rockford rep that came in. And then, of course, the other guy drove down. Where did he come
12
from?
hours.
12 hours to get there.
Yes.
Super cool dudes. Hung out with them. We had a great time.
Yeah.
There's me, tired, and Mr. Chris Bennett and the leg of Josh from Kenwood.
Yep.
This was Larry Penn of MSC, and the gentleman with the cool hair is talking about
Miguel.
Lambos and neat stuff like that. This is Andy and I talking about our class.
Yeah, very
lots
cool.
of fun there. Some more dudes that we ran into. Super awesome. That's the Cayman Islands?
That's the Cayman
That's the Cayman Islands?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. If you guys saw the Rockford documentary, you recognize this guy here as one of the installers from Rockford, responsible for all the cool things that come out of Rockford.
Yeah,
Super cool guy.
That was really cool.
And there we have Mr. Dave can dig it. Dave can dig it with Todd Ramsey, Brian, and I don't know who the guys we have back of the head going on there. Right. I don't know who that is.
But Todd Ramsey, the guy in the middle,
hardest working guy in show business,
yes.
for sure.
He was in charge of driving
The car
He
with
was
the
so
emergency
excited
brake
because
on.
he had the keys of that car.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That was awesome.
yeah. That was the Corvette.
That's Junior right there. California. Awesome work that they do.
Matt Schaefer was in attendance. He was teaching in class with Gary Bell.
Yeah, he was.
Is that the one that won?
Yeah, that's the one he won.
Okay, so they won with their panel there. That's kind of cool. Oh,
Yeah.
so they did a side panel too.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
went,
did.
they went overboard.
All of them, they did.
You guys might recognize that guy in the middle there as Mark from Cardio Fab. And there's Tom Miller on the left there.
Yep.
Larry Penn again from MSC. There's Tom Miller and Mr. Kindiggett. This was a design class that Tom Miller taught.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, Mr. Kindiggett came up and talked a little bit because we had like 10 minutes extra, so it all worked out.
I know the guys.
That's not Mark. That's Jeremy Carlson from Avant Garde here in Florida. Makes like supercars. Chewbacca.
Chewy.
That is Josh and Marcus, the two goofballs that we hung out with from Kenwood.
Yep.
Great guys. Went out to eat with them. Fernando, who's that?
That's a guy from the 90s.
That's a guy from the 90s.
That's a guy from the 90s, man.
That's Mr. Mark Fukuda.
Yeah.
Responsible for, which I'm sure at this point you've seen tons of the cool Rockford van. That's his baby. He restored the whole thing.
No. He didn't restore the
No,
whole
what I'm saying. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. The paint is the same. The vinyl is the same. All they had to do is go in and fix the symmetry system as well as rebuild the amplifiers. So everything was stored in a time capsule, and it did really, really well.
Yeah.
So the carpet is all there. It's
everything original.
Yeah, it was pretty
Neon.
cool. Oh yeah, good stuff. And that's it right there. Purple was the thing back in the day, dude. If you touched it, it still felt. Did you touch it?
No, I didn't touch it because
totally
I didn't want to.
touch it.
I didn't want to.
Oh, screw that! I'm touching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is all the original interior. Nothing was changed. They just had to go back in and obviously
Do some
fix
retouch.
some of the the older symmetry stuff.
Yeah.
Enjoy your purple nurple always.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was like.
Yeah, it was just neat to have that.
Yeah. All the
But
amplifiers.
yeah, that's them.
That's him.
That's his daughter.
The daughter.
Her and I were playing with Chewy on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
So
She goes, "Does he do paws?" And Brian goes, "No, he does knuckles." And I go, "Okay." That was a signature that Dave Kindiggett put on one of the panels covering the power supplies.
Mhm.
So it's not a permanent thing. You can always make a new panel. I think those were temporary panels.
There's
anyways.
temporary panels. He made those all three. So he won the top installers. They doing the build off.
Oh, to sign
They're gonna
those?
sign all that,
Oh,
and
nice.
he's gonna put it in the
Very
wall.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was like, "Do you want my signature too?" He's like, "Nah, you're not."
Oh wow, that was rough. Dave and I'm sorry, Natasha and Casey from Morel.
Yep.
Which we had a great time spending.
We had awesome time. Thank you.
Frankie, if you ever hear us say Frankie, 12-volt marketing group out of the southeast there, that's the guy. That's who you want to talk to if you need to know. Fro, what's up, man?
Hey, I never take a picture with Fro, man. I didn't.
I only got like 10 minutes with Fro. Really,
but we make
really
an
sucks.
Instagram video. That's the way. Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say, you guys did the whole Instagram video.
Yeah.
We have Manny and we have Fred.
Yep.
Manny is from Audio Frog. Fred, of course, is from Arc Audio. That's Brian's partner. And
That's the winner.
There's the winning panel. The red right there that you're seeing is LED. That's
It
lighting.
changed. Yeah, it changed.
It was really cool.
Yeah, that's Team Orange, Team
It's
Canada.
Team Canada right there. They did a nice job.
They did a nice job.
I mean, they all did nice jobs. They did a really good job. Everyone was.
And Justin Cush, and I forgot what's the other name. But yeah, right there. And this is the other one.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that's nice.
That's the one I voted for.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, because I just liked how simple and elegant it looked.
Yeah. I vote for the winner.
Hi,
Because
Clint,
I
what's
like the
going on?
LEDs.
I like the LEDs too, but I like this. And those are our boys from Rockford. That is Mr. Bill Jackson, and of course Zach.
Yeah.
Mr. Don't Mess With Me. I'll kick your butt.
Yeah. No,
JL Audio was out doing Max training, which was pretty cool. So that's their SUV.
Giovanni, California, another Canada guy.
So this gentleman here, of course, bought the IRTA 2 from us as well as a wire ruler.
Right.
And he brought us these really cool LED Disney stands that his wife makes.
Yeah.
So those were pretty neat.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Nobody beats the king, Stereo King in the house for the win.
JT Torres, the guy that he never smile.
No, he never does.
Yeah.
And then we have Gary Bell, we have Tom, and we have JT up on the stage.
Yeah.
Doing coverings, and so they were talking about different paints you could use, different vinyls, different finishes.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
This was the interview they did at the end of the show with Brian and Mr. Bill Jackson. This, of course, was the Ken Diggett interview that happened on Tuesday.
Yep.
Of course, then we have Ada, Casey, and Alan. It's funny. So Alan, I've never met Alan, but because of the Top 50 and the Trusted Tech videos and all those fun things, I felt like I knew him because I've watched many hours of content with him in them.
Perfect.
So he was getting out of one of the cars, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Alan!" And I introduced myself, and it was pretty cool to meet him.
This is Eduardo, a guy here around the corner in Orlando. He gave me some cigars from Cuba. That's awesome, man. Thank you. And then he won the sketch.
Nice.
Yeah. Sign and everything. That was really cool. This is the audio system build
from Morel. So Junior at Audio Systems is that.
Yeah.
This is from Certified of Calgary. This was awesome. So those are wires. So this is like the ultimate clean wire. And there's 12 of these little tiny match 2.1 amplifiers in there powering the whole system. It's like several layers of acrylic, and these wires are, CNC'd into the background.
That's 18.
Is it 18?
18.
I thought it was 12.
No.
Okay. Oh, it's 18. Whatever. I can't count. I didn't even count. I just looked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, dude, the wiring on that was so cool. As you can imagine, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
He has since put up a bunch of pictures showing the process. And it was really neat. I'm definitely stealing that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That was the build off. Justin Cush and Dave Koss. Danny. We met this guy. Really cool guy, Danny Torres. I hang out with him. That was really nice. And that's another one right there.
Oh, well, look at that. There it is. So we were getting ready to talk about DSP at that point.
And is that you talking or I'm talking? I
think Andy was thinking. that would have been me looking at Andy. So he was thinking. This is the night out where Fernando didn't feel good, but he stayed up late anyways and decided not to go out with us. We have Joseph. Two of Joseph's friends that were there at the show, Marcus, Josh, myself, and of course, Matthew Palumbo from Audio Control. Joseph there taking the shot was filling in for us with Audio Control. So it was a speakeasy restaurant and was supposedly had the greatest food of all times. We'll just say it was supposed to have the greatest food of all. Everyone else had a great time. This was me after class with Andy and
Mary
Lou.
Yeah.
Of course, doing our selfie moments. And this was in the hallway on our way. We were getting ready to head out to Casey and Natasha's house for dinner.
And somebody stopped us.
Somebody stopped. Actually, Cardio Mark, if you would flip it around, he was on the other side. He stopped us. On. And then this is, these are the boys from HKI. So that's Tommy Who in the big HKI shirt, Doug Dobson, Marty Dean, Mr. Aussie Iron. They both work at Tory. And of course, the little guy in the front is Fernando, and me wearing the Tory short is me.
It's me.
With my funky shoes.
There he
is, Mr. Mark, Cardio Fab. It's funny, we were all laughing when we took this picture because we're like, all right, so we're gonna get the short, tall jokes again.
Yeah.
I'm way too tall or they're way too short. Either way.
I was in my toes.
You were on your toes?
Yeah. I was like, ah!
Oh, I moved forward. See, if you notice, really? I'm kind of forward.
Yeah.
So I was foreshortening the whole thing. So he wouldn't look as tall, but he still looks way taller than us.
Oh no, he's tall.
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Tall. That's it.
He's a tall guy.
I didn't take more pictures, so that's it, guys.
He is a tall dude. There's no doubt. And you just can't tell that in the videos. But it was cool. He was running around. He was about as busy as we were, so that was pretty cool. He was doing the DJ work up on the board. During the build-off, he was doing all the talks. It was kind of cool. So
Yeah.
we're 26 minutes in. So before we get into get your questions ready, guys. This is the time. So get the questions queued up. I'm going to do our quick ad here to pay some bills, and then we'll bang out some questions. This half hour or this next couple minutes or whatever you want to call is brought to you by audio. Is brought to you by Focal.
Hey.
Auditor line was what I was getting ready to say, but I wanted to say Focal first. Auditor is the new affordable line from Focal. It's actually not new. It's been around for a very long time, but they just got done redesigning the whole line.
Yep.
We'll head over here to the website. I'll turn this off for a second. And it is a full and complete line. They have, as you can see here, let me zoom in just a little bit. They have 4-inch. They have a full line of coaxials, 4-inch, 5 1/4, 6 1/2. They have a shallow mount. They have a 5x7. They have 5 1/4 coaxials. They have 6 1/2, both shallow and regular. They have a 10-inch. They have a 4-channel AB class amplifier. That's this guy right here. So it is a pretty cool line. There are 6x9s, as you can see up here in the top picture. Even though they are not listed down here, I'm sure it's just a mistake on the website. But if you're interested in an affordable and you want to get into Focal, get that Focal goodness, go to focalusa.com/line/auditor. We'll take you directly to them. However, you can just go to focal-usa.com, and right there on the homepage is a link to the product so that you can get right to it and check it out. And of course, don't be shy. You can look at all the other stuff too. But, the Auditor is a pretty cool line that has just been updated and sexy.
Ready to rock.
So make sure to go over and check them out. If for nothing else, just to get their website just drowned it out with people clicking on it.
All right. Question. Hey, guys, I have a 4-channel Kenwood amplifier that I want to hook it up. Front stage only. The amplifier is 50 watts per channel. Can I connect the tweeters and the mid directly to each amp channel?
So it's funny you should ask that, but the answer is no. And yes. The reason why the answer is no is because depending on which Kenwood amplifier you have, the only one that you can do that to without using the passive crossover is the XR 401.4, or the predecessor of that amplifier that had a 10-time multiplier switch, or what they call high output. High output, when you select that, multiplies everything by 10. The reason why is because your tweeter, the highest crossover point these amplifiers typically go up to is like 250. Well, you need 10 times that. You need to be somewhere up at 3,200, sometimes 4,000, sometimes 2,200. So the amplifier itself just doesn't have the ability to give you the proper crossover points. And then on the mid-range side, it doesn't have what's called a bandpass, meaning limiting how high up the mid-range will play to couple with the with the tweeter, and then of course the bottom it does have. So using it to do what you want without some form of external crossover through maybe a DSP or a radio set in network mode, you're not going to be able to do that without using the passive crossover. Now, in the demo we did for them, we showed 2 ways. We showed the amplifier going full active with the XR 401.4, and then we showed the other one, which was the 802.5. We were just using the 4-channel portion of it. We're going through the passive crossovers because the passive crossovers are biampable, meaning they have 4 inputs, 2 inputs for tweeter, 2 inputs for mid-range, and then the outputs go off to the corresponding speakers. That allows us to have that crossover. It's not sucking up as much current as you would think. It's very little, actually. But we still get gain control externally, which is really what you're going for, because you want to be able to blend those 2 together without having to use those fixed volume controls built into the passive crossover. So those are your 2 options, or your 3 options. All right.
All right. And we're going to have AGTWNC.
$2 in the house.
$2 in the house. Tell Cole Rich he's the mean fabricator gangster in the car audio. I don't want to say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to tell that. All right, let's see.
Woke up this morning to a bullet hole in my girlfriend's driver's window. Only the tint was holding it together. Dang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Time to move.
I know.
Anybody from Unique Whips? No, there was nobody there from Unique Whips. Nah,
I don't think so.
I don't think this was their kind of show.
No?
No, because you were supposed to learn stuff. I plan on installing a radio in my car tomorrow, and the radio I got has an amplifier turn on, but no amplified antenna wire. Can I hook the antenna into that, or am I better off connecting elsewhere? I would say you're better off connecting elsewhere. I do not like to use my remote turn on to turn on an amplified antenna because the remote turn on output is a low amperage output, and some amplified antennas require a high amperage. I like to use the red accessory wire to turn on and off my amplified antenna. It's a bigger circuit to be on, and I don't run into any problems. In some cars, what will happen is when that antenna goes, it draws a lot of current, specifically in like a Pioneer, and you hear a buzzing noise in the Pioneer radio because it's trying to do things it doesn't want to do. We found this out, of course, doing it on a Toyota, and ever since then, we've never done it that way.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Oscar's in the house. Hola. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. He figured it out.
Who figured it out? Oscar? Oh, do you get it to work?
No, he made his.
I was going to say. Yeah. Would you recommend the Alpine PDX V9 or the RA905 amplifier for Type R speakers? Okay, so they're totally different amplifiers, and the cool thing about the R-905 is it's a 6-channel. So the new R series big boy is a 6-channel that has staggered power. So if you're going to run subwoofers, I mean, the PDX V9 is still a great amp. So if you're just going to run subs and some, four speakers or 2, whatever, that's a great little amp. However, if you can, and you're wanting to do a little bit better amplifier and have a little bit more versatility, the new R-type amplifier is definitely more versatile than the PDX V9. So I would probably go with that.
Hertz MPK 163.3 milli pros, Gladen 0 Pro 165.3 active, Focal Flax Evo Series 3 ways, all Morel Virtus 603, best all around for any kind of music.
That's a tough one, man. I really don't know if I can answer that because I mean, all 3 of them are different and all 3 of them are pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Jeez, man. I got nothing. I mean, really what it comes down to is, so, I mean, if you're going to break it out a little bit, you got a hard dome tweeter and the Focal Flax. So that's going to give you a really bright sound. The Millis, the Grounds, the Gladens, and the Virtus are all dome tweeters. So the tweeters are going to be semi-similar there.
And the Morel is just,
at that point, it just comes down to, what you want for the mid-range and what's going to fit. The Morel has it in the Virtus line. That's a dome mid-range as opposed to a speaker-style mid-range that the Milli and the Gladen are going to have. And I believe the Morel and the Gladen are probably smaller mid-range speakers to make them easier to install. So, I mean, I think you could probably whittle this down just by application and taste.
All right here.
Why isn't anybody carrying Dyne Audio these days? Because Dyne Audio is expensive. And I don't mean like mildly expensive. I mean, they're expensive. And because of that, they really don't have a good, better, best. They just have an expensive. And it's hard to just walk somebody right into a, really expensive set of speakers. I'm not saying you can't do it because it's an awesome speaker, but it's a hard story to tell if majority of the speakers you're selling are, like Focal Flax price point. Okay, that's a reasonable price point that a lot of people can swing. But when we're talking 4 times that amount just for your, it's yeah. But that's really why it just comes down to, go to Fro for a second. I have WaveTech Bass Restore and will swap it out for Epicenter Micro. Worth it? I don't think so, Mike. I mean, WaveTech basically stole the idea. Sorry.
No.
WaveTech
they have the same.
Is that a bad word? Copy, made it after, modeled it after. No, I wouldn't do it.
I think if it what it needs to do.
I mean, if you feel you want to have the Epicenter just because you want the OG and you want to have what they're doing, but I don't think you're going to be like, oh my gosh, So that's entirely up to you. I was asleep before 11. I'm older than you. I mean,
I didn't know. Like
pussy. Yeah. I don't know. We're stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
I think if we were in bed by 11 o'clock,
it's funny
every
that
night,
you say that because like Matt Schaefer, we're talking around the build off, and he's like, dude, I don't know how these does that, and I'm like, oh, I don't need it, and he's like, yeah, we're stupid. That's pretty much it.
FOMO, man. It's all about FOMO. When you guys put amps in Mustang spare tire well, any heat issues covering them up? Just asking. Always thought that was no. I do like the space though. No, we have no issues. And we put a variety of amplifiers in there. The thing you have to keep in mind is that the amplifiers we do use in there, with the exception of, I think one time we used a beast of an Orion amplifier, are pretty efficient amplifiers, and their heat sinks do the job. There's actually still plenty of room in there. So no, we've never had an issue with that. I mean, dude, we live in Florida, and we put amplifiers in some of the crappiest places ever, underneath seats, underneath spare tire, and we just don't have problems. So which I think it just comes down to using the better products that are designed better, and which is what we use, and we just don't have problems because of it. So get the better products and you won't have any issues. When are some more install videos coming? So next week we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming. So we'll get back into we still got to finish up the Install Diaries Mustang video that we didn't get to do. It's just been a lot going on, and we just couldn't do everything we needed to do and keep the channel going at the rate that it goes. I mean, we put out like 7 videos a week. That's a lot of work. And then we had all this. We literally had a week and a half between Knowledge Fest and this, and we decided to add in a bunch of extra stuff to take to Master Tech Expo, and it just got away from us, and that was it. I know you're only as good as your last video. Pretty much. Stay tuned. We got more videos coming out. We'll be back next week. You'll be all back to finally.
Make sure you watch it.
My boss just got a
Rivian all-electric truck and asked me about an audio upgrade. Bad idea, or are the options?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think you just have to play it smart. You have to get into the amplifiers. Tony Diamore is super hot into this. His new patent, that if you guys follow him on Instagram, he's got his new patent. He's all excited, and there are better things coming. But what I would look at is the smaller, more efficient amplifiers. Don't drop some giant 5K in there and think like this is going to work. You don't want to look at conventional amps. You want to get some of the smaller stuff, like a lot of the new Helix stuff, all small footprint. Like, dude, if you want the ultimate, check out the Match line, like the Match Up 10. Go check that out, or the Match Up 7. These are all amplifiers that are made to go into low voltage, small systems, factory amplifier replacement type stuff, but bigger. And then also, you still have all the, I would say kicker key stuff, but you probably want a little bit more than that. But, Rockford's Power Series. But I would check out the Helix stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Or if you like Audison, you can check out Prima.
What do you think about the Audio Control DQ61?
So it's funny you should ask. One of the things I need to have Matthew do is actually send us one to play with, because it is a cool thing. It's really cool DSP light. All right. For all the guys that don't want to bust out laptops and they want to I don't want to do all that. You have a full EQ and you have time alignment. So yeah, it's pretty sexy. We used a lot of those before we got into before the DM608 and DM810 were like everywhere, and the D-class amplifiers. Our go-to was the DQ61.
Yeah. All right.
Or the other one, the LCQ1.
DQ61.
No, the LCQ1. I said we went to an LCQ1.
LCQ1. Yeah, that's what I said.
I know.
I
don't know. It's crazy.
Exactly. I have an Audio Control LC 1.1500 amplifier and 3 kicker comp RT shallows. That's a lot of power. DVC 2 ohm. What kind of wattage would I get wiring the subwoofers?
At 3 ohms?
3 ohms.
You'll get a little bit more than you would or a little bit less than you would at 2 ohm. There's really no you're gonna lose 20 watts, you're gonna lose 50 watts. There's some math you could probably do to figure it out, but let's say an amp puts out 1,000 watts at 1 ohm. At 2 ohms, it's going to put out less.
Yeah.
Let's say it puts out 800 watts because it's not like a DC straight. So at 3 ohms, if you follow, it may put out 600 watts. And at 4 ohms, it might put out 400 watts. But it really just depends on the topography of the power supply in the amplifier.
Yeah.
It may not be affected that much because some of these new power supplies, they look at the ohm load as like if it's 1 ohm, 2 ohm, they play the same amount of power. They're really not. It's kind of a lie, but it's close enough to where it's not worth talking about is really kind of what's happening. I'm trying to schedule an appointment for 2 weeks. No avail. Please help. We haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can kind of see where he hasn't got back to you, but have you emailed yet?
Yeah,
I mean,
this is the email.
Yeah, best bet is to email.
And I'm gonna say, if you're gonna send an email, make sure you
include all your
got
information,
all description of vehicle. What are you trying to do?
And if you've done that,
yeah,
then I'll, when we get on Monday, we're probably gonna have to go through a bunch of emails with him.
Like you said, we just got back.
Yeah, we haven't had time to talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah. That's
So. Just install a new amplifier and have static sound from speakers without any RCA cables connected. Does it go away when the RCAs are connected? That would be my question. Because, yeah, you have, that's weird. I mean, the amplifier might have a preamp problem. The gain may be up too loud. Because keep in mind, the input on an amplifier is like a microphone. I mean, it could pick up all kinds of nasty stuff. It could also be looking for the ground plane from the radio. So, yeah.
Hey, Rafael, ¿cómo estás? Saludos.
All that, and that was all you had to say?
No, he said he's still, saving some money to buy his system. But he just say, hi, guys.
I know. I'm just
say hi, Dean.
What was the most unique car audio build you saw at MasterTech Expo? Okay, so you got to see a car that I didn't get to see. I really wanted to, and I was bummed that I didn't. But
C?
Sage, here and C. Okay. Sage did the Bronco.
Yes.
That for Focal.
Yes.
.com/line/auditor. He did the Focal system, which I really wanted to listen to, but because where it was at, it was almost impossible to get in there to do it.
Yep.
Was that your favorite?
That was my favorite.
That was your favorite.
Yeah. The reason why is because it's a lot of power. It sounds super loud.
Yeah.
And it sounds clear. It sounds nice. You have everything in here. Back. I mean,
it was just fun.
It was fun.
Sage does really good job with the tune on all his cars. And he always puts way too many speakers in there.
And too much power.
Yeah, he's like a lot of speakers, too much power. It's just fun.
Yes.
Yeah, he goes to town.
Oh, no kidding. That's what I like, Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to, so MSC for Audio Tech Fisher had a whole bunch of F series trucks out there, a mixture of F-150s, F-250s, F-450s. And they had one F-150, I think it was an F-150, 2021 F-150 that has like the crazy 20 speaker stereo in it. And they had used a bunch of the amplifiers to replace all the speakers in the vehicle with all the blam components. Yeah. So like there's ones in the overhead, there's 3-way up front, there's a whole bunch of stuff
in the headrest.
Yeah, they had headrest speakers. And though I'm not a fan of that particular system, I liked how they tackled it. They tackled it, and they did it with style and grace, and it sounded really good. And
factory locations.
Everything was in a factory location.
That's what I like.
And I liked it because I was like, all right, well, if anybody comes in, this is what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Because
make sure you bring your wallet.
Oh, bring your wallet. Oh God, yes, bring your wallet, because that's a beast of a system to replace.
For sure.
I mean, shit, there was probably $10,000 in equipment.
Probably
minus the install. So
yeah,
but it was really cool.
Like I said, bring your wallet and your wife's wallet and your kid's wallet, because
all right. All right, let me do this real quick before we move on. Perfect timing.
Yep.
All right, so we're at the next mark, and I'd just like to mention this little tool here. Some of you guys are familiar with it. This is the D-Wire ruler, and I got lots of comments on when we were sitting at the Kenwood and they were looking, I go, hey, did you use the wire ruler to do this? And I'm like,
It's funny.
like, yeah. And they're like, isn't that a cool tool? I was like, you do realize like it's mine, right? Like I made it. Like it's. And they're like, oh, really? That's yours? I was like, that's why it's called the D wire ruler, and it has a 5-star logo in the center of it. And they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, if you're interested in making your wiring look sexy, make sure you head over to mobilesolutions.usa.com and you can pick up yourself a wire ruler.
You can pick
up 2 and save money and get one for a friend. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, we're sponsoring ourselves for this portion.
Yeah, pretty much.
When bridged, a Helix 400.4 channel amp to power 2 mid bass. How do I bring this signal from a DSP to the amp? Do I use a Y cable with a single end on the output of the DSP?
I don't think you can bridge the amplifier.
So it's 1 times 108, 2 times 108, 4 times 96. So 1 plus
bridge
2 at
right
4.
here.
Yeah, bridge.
Yeah.
So obviously that is an amplifier that is a little bit old, and I have not played with it. So I'm going to have to err on the side of what typically happens when you go to bridge an amplifier is that you have to Y the inputs. So when you bridge 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, you typically Y the inputs into, like you take a Y jack, so you have your left and you have your right, and you Y jack those into the 4 inputs. Most amplifiers usually have like a 1-2 input, and then 1-2 feeds 3 and 4. The problem with that is that if you put your RCAs into 1 and 2 and you're bridging those channels, you're not going to have fader because it doesn't do this. So I'm guessing just from experience that you're going to need a set of Y jacks. And then whatever you're coming out of to feed them.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Hey guys, you were talking about Sage Focal build being too much power, too many speakers. Please describe numbers, speakers, and amps. Very curious. Good vibes. So Sage likes, okay, when we say too much, it's never too much. Okay, that's not really what we mean by
okay,
too
but
much.
like when you talk about too much, it's not like what you think probably is gonna be too much.
No, it was just like he used all the Moscone Pros. So he had the big Moscone Pro amps that you're just like, wow. He went with 3 subs in the back instead of just 2.
Yep.
What was it?
12.
Was it Flax?
Yep. No.
Was it K2s?
The K2.
Oh, was it the new ones?
I think that was the K2s.
I don't know. I didn't get to see it.
I didn't get to see it. I hear it.
You didn't look at the doors?
Everything was like factory.
Okay,
you didn't see nothing like, oh my God.
So in Sage's car previously, like he put 2 mid bass in the door.
But this one was 6.5.
Up in the front.
6.5, the mid range and the tweeter.
Yeah. So it's just a 3-way set.
Yeah.
But the way he tunes his cars and the way he sets them up, they sound very powerful, and they're just he has it's a real fun sound, which is like typically how we like to tune our systems too.
3 ways in the back.
Yeah. So like you wouldn't normally do a 3-way in the back, but you're doing that just to get the sound. It's 312s. So I mean, there again, this system could literally go from where he's got it to SQ. And like the toggle, but he's not doing SQ. He's doing fun SQ, I guess would be the way I'd like to call it.
Yeah.
Whereas you sit in other cars at the show and, everyone's like,
oh, very mellow. Yeah.
Pinky's out. And they always play the same first track where it's the guys singing.
Well, for example,
and there's nothing else playing.
and
And it just sounds like an AM radio coming out of the dash. And you're looking at him going, you got some real music we can listen to? Oh, hold on. That's on like demo number 4. Oh.
All right. This is my goal. If you one day we decide to do a demo car for any trade show, I'm going to play my daily show, my daily music.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's it.
I'm just going, let's get down to business.
Let's get with those business. Exactly.
But no, so, power is key when you're designing something. You always want to have enough power to get your job done.
That was too much power. Even Nick is like, dude, man, I can't sit in here.
Well, no,
and
but
like,
Nick is anything over 120.
My ears are like about to explode.
Anything over 120 is too much for him. So, the thing is just, it's Focal, so it's going to be very dynamic, and it's just got a lot of power.
Deep power
for what it is. I mean, it's not like we're talking we put 5Ks on everything. We just, Mosconi Pros. They're pretty badass. Demo cars used to be fun. They used to be. And honestly, there are a few that still are.
I think they still.
If you ever get the ability to listen to Andy's Mercedes, strongly recommend hopping into that because it's fun. It's just, he's got the upmixer, he's got the DSP, he's got 8 of the new amplifiers in it, he's got speakers everywhere. It's just a fun car to sit in and just it's like going to a theater, man. It's just like so much stuff going on. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What is that? Okay. So guys, will we see any Helix software walkthroughs from y'all? I just got the Helix Ultra DSP and the software is pretty advanced. Yes, you will. However, there is a new software coming out that they just introduced that we did not get the opportunity to sit in and watch. So I'll probably wait till the new software is released before we spend a lot of time talking about the current software. We did do, I don't know if you could find it. We did do a basic walkthrough on the software like a year or two ago.
Probably like 2.
With the DSP Mini. But yes, we will be doing more with the software. And it is kind of a lot. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Dean, which do you like better, Seal Box, Kicker Comp Rs, or Rockford P2s? Ooh, Seal Box, huh? Okay, that's a tough question. Man,
Kicker Comp R or Rockford P2? Ooh,
I don't know, man.
No.
I still think I'm gonna like a P2 just because I feel like the looser suspension on it's just gonna give it a little bit of boom. I don't want a seal box, so I'm still thinking like a seal box. So I think we're trying to take advantage of the seal box. Maybe the Comp R, for what you're trying to go for. If you're going for that seal box life, maybe the Comp R.
Mr. Smith, where's my CD?
He was there. We got to ride. Yeah, that was fun because he sat next to us on the plane, which was hilarious. Because I was wearing I know the Jeff Smith shirt. That was kind of funny. I was waiting for someone to go, is this guy with you? No, but his name is on my shirt.
Hi, Charles.
Hey, from the UK. What's happening?
That?
Speaking of UK, if any of you guys caught the live show, you found out that I'm going to the EMA World Finals in Austria at the end of April. HKI is bringing me there, and Tommy, who dropped that bomb on me, he said, hey, man, we're taking you. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. You're one. You're going to Austria. So, yeah, and the end of April, which I'm going to do my best to make sure we have videos while I'm gone.
What video do you?
It was YouTube. That was a YouTube walk around that I did.
Okay.
Tommy dropped that bomb and said, hey, we're going to, there's Biscuit.
Where's Biscuit?
Michael.
Oh, right here.
Bischoff. Yep.
See.
I think you need to bring my latest build to Knowledge Fest. I think you do too. I think you need to bring it. I think you should.
I think I need
I got that.
Bring my latest build to Knowledge Fest.
Yeah, you should.
You should. Yeah.
And then bring a box for Ground 012.
The air raid's in the house. I'm not going. I can't go.
No, that's a long story.
Somebody's had to stay here.
Go back up to Dwayne. Yeah, there. I know Brax DSP is supposed to come to an end. Did you guys see and hear anything about a replacement? So it's not necessarily okay. So it was a limited run, and we actually have one that we're going to be doing here shortly. It just takes like a month or two once you order it for it to come in.
They build it by hand.
Yeah, they build them by hand. So it was supposed to be like a run of some obscene amount. I think we're probably pretty far away from it end of lifing. But yeah, they don't really talk. I mean, it's a $4,000 DSP. So, I mean, you could say we're going to build 500 or 1,000 of them, and it's going to take a while to sell out of them.
Yeah. That's the reason why they build it as soon as you ordered it.
Yeah.
Because,
it's pretty cool. But yeah, we got one going in. I can't wait to film that. So that'll be fun because it's like, why not? Do you think the Kicker quad box can do a hair trick? I'm gonna go no, man. It just gets 150 dB. So I think maybe if you had a small enough vehicle, but
so what about if you put it if you flip the
Yeah, but
port to this side,
I don't know, man.
just to make it a trick.
No, I don't know. I've never been in a car doing a hair trick, so
No,
you know,
I mean you can't.
I feel, but I've never. I know I can't, but what I'm saying is I've never seen the numbers on what it takes to do a hair trick. I mean, if you could do it with 150 dB, it'll do it. But if you need
Remember
more,
the Astro van in Rockford over there, Master Tech?
yeah.
Oh, they did it like hair tricks back and forth. Crazy.
Well, I mean,
419s.
I was gonna say it's a little bit more than a quad box.
Yeah.
Um,
What subwoofer will be great for Rockford Fosgate R2 500.1? I will be
Set
for
of,
my daily driver.
set of P2s. P2s would be perfect.
Yeah.
Go down to the A right there. Down,
This one?
right. Yep. Click on that. I was wondering how Car SQ is different in the UK. I was wondering that too. And guess what, guys? You're all going to get to find out because I'm merely going because I have a camera. I mean, I'm not going for my award-winning personality or anything like that or my funky five-toe shoes. They're bringing me because I have a camera and a passport. I mean, the bar was set low. And they made me feel like, okay, I'll go. But yeah, no, we're going to find all that out because I'm with you. I mean, I'm like, we're really going to do this? Like, is for real? For real? Real? And they're like, yeah. I was like, now, really cool thing is Wayne Harris is going to be there, which is awesome because we'll get some time to actually chat it up with him. Because I want to try to, we talked, and I want to try to get him on the show, or not necessarily maybe live, but do maybe some pre-recorded content with him. Tips and tricks with Wayne Harris would be really fun, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to get it to happen, but I think that would be cool. And so with that, you know what time it is?
What time it
It's
is?
time to end the show, guys. Let's go ahead and shut that off. So literally, you could have just done this,
I'm
but
sorry.
I don't know what the problem is. Like, come on, man. You're
What?
dropping the ball at the end of the show. Listen, guys, this is the end of the show. Before we go, we'll head over here to Fernando's. If you're interested in picking up the coolest tool in car audio, that's right, the IRTA2. Order now. I got a bunch of them I need to ship out when I get home, so they'll be going out Monday, but we try to ship out at least once a week. So head over there. And if you want cool swag, I was wearing the DNF, and some lady walks up to me and goes, "Oh, I have the Run DMC shirt." And I go, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's not what that is." But anyways, if you want swag, DNF swag is a place to go for that. So that's DNF Tool Door and DNF swag. It's the weekend, guys. It's Saturday night. And I got to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to going to bed so much. I just want to get some sleep. Although I do have to start paying. I have to get my taxes together, which really sucks. But hey, if you're going to go out tonight and do stupid things, make sure you call an Uber. And don't call the Uber we called while we were in freaking Mesa, because that guy thought he was an F1 driver, and he was not. And Marcus and I thought we were going to die.
All right, guys.
We didn't. But, hey, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. Monday, we're going to do some unboxings with the new auditor stuff. We're going to do some Fernando cam. We're going to set the stuff out. We're going to take a really close look at the component set and the 6.5, and of course that big AB class amplifier that they have is extremely reasonably priced. So with that, we're gonna say fade to black, man. See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.